Okay, everybody, these are your notes for May 5th. Again, if you have any issues with them, I will be holding Zooms and you are welcome to join us. Today only has one example, but as soon as you see it, you'll understand why there's only one. The first one is x squared minus 25 over 3x plus 6, and that is going to be times 3x squared plus 6x all over x squared plus 2x minus 15. So this problem is non-stop fun. We have 4 different things we have to factor. Starting with the bottom right, the only thing we can do with 2 terms is GCF, or if B is 0, we can factor it. But in this one, A is 0. So on the bottom left, we need to pull out a GCF. We're going to pull out a 3. That's then on right here, you need to do 3x divided by 3, which is going to give us just x. Then we need to do 6 divided, I'm sorry, I wrote 6 there, that should be a 3. 6 divided by 3, which is going to give us 2. So that's the new denominator on the left, bottom left. On the top right, factoring that real quick, we're going to look, A is 1, B is 0, and C is negative 25. So we're going to look for factors of negative 25 that add to 0. The only thing that goes in 25 is 25 and 1, and that won't work, and 5 and 5. If 1 is positive, the other has got to be negative to multiply to the 25. I'm going to let you finish that on your own, either tic-tac-toe or grouping, or those of you that know the shortcut can do that too. But the new factors on the top are going to be x plus 5 and x minus 5. So we have taken care of the left side of this problem. Now we need to look on the right. In the right numerator, again, we only have 2 terms, but this time C is 0. And if we did AC, 3 times 0 is 0, so we would need factors of 0 that equal 6. 0 has no factors except 0, so that is not possible at all. So once we realize that, we need to go ahead and pull out a GCF. The GCF of 3x squared and 6x is 3x. 3x squared divided by, let me see if I can write that in another color. So we're going to divide 3x squared by 3x and divide 6x by 3x. 3x squared divided by 3x is going to give us x. 6x divided by 3x is going to give us 2. So we only have one more to factor, and that's going to be the bottom right. So the bottom right, A is 1, B is 2, and C is negative 15. So AC is negative 15, and we need factors that multiply to negative 15 and add to a very funny looking 2. Let me fix that. Whoop, that did not fix it. So the factors of negative 15 are 15 and 1 and 5 and 3. If we put 5 and 3 in though, positive 5 times positive 3 doesn't give us negative 15. Since we need our answer to come out to a positive, I know the 3 needs to be negative. So it would be positive 5 and negative 3. Positive 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. Positive 5 plus negative 3 is 2. Again, you may tic-tac-toe that, or you may group it. It will give you x plus 5 and x minus 3. From here, you have to remember the ways we can cancel in multiplication. We can cancel straight across. Oh, I'm sorry. Woo, nope, cancel that one out. You can cancel on the diagonals, I can get my pen to write, you can cancel on the diagonals and you can cancel straight up and down. So those are the two ways to cancel. Looking at the first fraction, there is nothing that's going to cancel vertically, because remember, to cancel the x plus 5, x minus 5, to cancel those x's, we have to have the entire family. We can't cancel anything. Same on the right, nothing is going to cancel. But when we look at the diagonal, we see some stuff we can start knocking out. This x plus 5, we're allowed to cancel diagonally. It looks a whole lot like that x plus 5. So those two are going to cancel. This x plus 2 on the upper right looks a whole lot like this x plus 2. So those two things will cancel. Also, this 3 and this 3. The reason we can break apart the 3 and the x is there's not an addition or subtraction sign in between them. So we can knock out our 3's. The hard part of this, and I'm going to move up top for a minute so that we can still see everything. The hard part of this is keeping it all straight. But you guys are awesome, so I'm sure you can do it. So going up here for our answer, what we have left in the numerator is this x minus 5. What we have left in the denominator is this. Oh, I'm sorry, there's also an x right here in the numerator. You've got to be careful. So that we need to multiply those two things together. In the bottom right, we have x minus 3. We can't cancel any of these x's because x minus 5 is a group and x minus 3 is a group. So we have that. Now on the top, you might be able to leave it on like that. Look at the choices and see if this one is there. If not, we need to multiply this back out. X times x is x squared, x times 5, and the bottom stays the same. So that is your answer. Be careful on these. Factor carefully. Let me know if you have any questions. I will be doing Zooms if you have any questions, or you can always message me. I hope you guys have a great day.